Hello and welcome to Bryan Lomax Movie Talk. Joining me tonight and our ridiculous hats are Graham from Man v Film and also the Brits on Flicks podcast. I do it every time.
Audio.
Mute that. Okay, where was I? Right, yeah. Graham from Man v Film and the Brits on Flicks podcast. And of course, WILI from CP Reviews. We thought, in honor of CP's constant need to wear ridiculous hats, we thought we'd also wear our most ridiculous hats tonight, didn't we, Graham?
Yes, indeed. I think I'm pretty stylish.
I think, particularly with the urban slant, as you call it. Yeah, tonight I'm going to lose this now, actually, because that's making my head sweat.
Oh, you're a mockery to hat wearers.
That's it.
All over the world.
So tonight is a bit of a trailer special, but also some spoiler talk with Jurassic World. We're going to be talking about the new Halloween trailer, which obviously has kind of set the internet on fire, particularly amongst our community over these past couple of days. But also the trailer dropped today for The Predator, a new trailer for The Predator, a film that I'm eagerly anticipating. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, so we're going to do them and maybe a couple of other trailers to boot. But first up, actually, thanks to everyone who's already joining us in the chat. White Tim, Stephen Kennedy, a couple of others who haven't shown their faces yet. But yeah, Halloween, I guess, is the big one for this week. Who wants to...
I get credit if I change the subject now. So I just want to say, since you mentioned Halloween trailer, that's all. Now let's talk about Predator.
All right.
I'm sorry. I tried, Jofus. Yeah. My tongue's
Swiftly moving on. Okay.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Who wants to kick us off then with this Halloween trailer? What's first thoughts? Just initial run. Graham, go on. Take a swing at it.
Teeth, Brian, and plenty of teeth. This captured my imagination because it's bloody horrifying. I don't want to see how he's got a hold of them. Just the fact that he has a fistful of teeth is disturbing, which is the way I want my Michael Myers to be. Extremely disturbing. I love this trailer from the start to the finish. I think I've watched it about feature-length time, that many times. It just looks perfect. The weirdness of it, particularly in the mental hospital, just that weird ground is taped off into boxes. It doesn't really show you Michael. Man, everything about this. It had so many homages to other parts of Halloween, whether intentional or not, and it all came together as in Halloween fans' wet dream, pretty much.
CP?
Yeah, I'm not that big a Halloween fan, so maybe that's better for me because I didn't expect much. I wasn't, if anything, the constant I can't wait from people in our community was a bit I don't know, it grinded me down a bit, and I was just like, all right, can this trailer just come out just so I could just stop hearing about it? And it was I went from annoyed at it to quite excited over the course of the trailer. The fact that they're just completely forgetting 2 through, I don't know, Resurrection is really interesting. Really interesting. I'm curious to see how they pull it off.
But we knew that going in, didn't we? Like, even before we saw this trailer, we knew that was the case.
Yeah, but the line of that's just something people made up. It was just like, ooh, all right, well, I mean, they could have avoided it altogether and just made it like it was, I forget.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I mean, even like about an hour before we went on, just a friend of mine who's aware of the films but not like a big fan or anything. He even asked the question, what's going on? What I thought Laurie died in one of the sequels, and like I had to say to him, like, well, yeah, they're ignoring all those. So I think you have to drop that line just for the casual cinema goer. But I personally even though I don't like that line of dialogue because it's quite heavy-handed, I like the idea that it builds of the sequels in some way being a mythology that has kind of spread amongst people, you know, like urban legends and that kind of thing. It starts with the truth, and then it becomes all these other different stories, which if you still want to watch those other films that have come before this one, you can treat them as part of that urban legend that people told.
I have whiplash from Jason Goes to Hell flashback, so that might be part of it. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously the teeth seems to be a standout moment for Graham in the trailer. What are the other standout moments for you both?
Well, I feel as if the trailer was missing one thing, and that was probably Busta Rhymes crappy kicking Michael Myers. But other than that, it was pretty perfect. I liked all the little nods, even the picture of Loomis, and just it had the kind of unsettling moments of just the mental patients just staggering about the road, you know, that throws back to kind of the original as well. And you had this kind of, it seemed to have a little bit more of an atmosphere than your typical Halloween movie, which I felt was a lot better. And the filmmaking just looks generally better than all the sequels.
CP?
Yeah, it's like you said, Brian, in your reaction. It does. It looks quite all right. It looks aesthetically pleasing. As far as the cinematography is concerned, I haven't seen something like that in any of the major horror franchises. So it does look good. The cinematography, at least from what we've seen, is quite interesting. I felt like the gag at the end was a bit very horror trailer tropey. If anything, like that's the one thing I was like kind of wince with. Like, all right, yeah, we get it. But like Graham said before, the teeth. I'd like to see them get away from the whole mental health aspect, because at some point we're going to cross this path where it's not going to be socially acceptable to focus on that. But I don't want to bring it down like that. It's just I don't know. It's not a gripe. It's just I don't know.
It's kind of unavoidable though, isn't it? If you've got a guy who's killed his sister for no reason and kills 3 babysitters for no reason, it's pretty much a mental health issue.
Yeah.
But no, I think for me that one of the standout bits of the trailer, it's not so much that it makes me go ooh, but it's more the intrigue. Is this new character who, the one who shows Michael the mask, pulls it out of his bag and shows it to him. I don't know, just because they don't give that much away about him in the film, but he clearly has, quite a big role to play. There's a moment in there when you can see him and Laurie talking with each other. It just makes me wonder what his motivations are. There's a bit of a dark cloud hanging over that character. And I don't know, it could be nothing. He could have 2 scenes. He could have that one scene with Laurie and then get killed in the mental home when he shows Michael the mask. I don't know. But at the moment, for me, is the most intriguing aspect of the trailer, because I don't know what his agenda is, if he has one.
Does the fact that he's British and a filmmaker have anything to do with the fact that you're really intrigued with him?
Not at all. No.
Okay.
I've heard someone suggested recently that he might be some kind of connection to Loomis, because he's British and whatnot. But I hope not, to be honest.
Yeah, I've seen some wonky theories already that he's the kid from part 1. It's just like he looks fantastic for his age, if he is.
Absolutely.
I think he's just going to be like a plot point. I didn't get him as a filmmaker. I got him more of a kind of podcaster, almost. These true life or true crime podcasts that seem to be going about just now. And I think he is kind of the reason as to why Michael's going to get moved or something will happen, and that will be the catalyst that breaks him out. Tell me if I'm wrong, but does he go into the garage after the guy's been murdered? He's lying there. Is he the same guy that walks into there? You see the man lying. He's obviously had his boiler suit taken off.
Yeah. I don't remember seeing him there though. I don't remember seeing
it's showing you, it gives you a shot of the body line,
yeah.
and then you get the guy walking out and looking at it, and I couldn't tell if it was the same person.
Right.
Yeah, because his assistant definitely gets it in the bathroom there.
Yeah.
So Stephen Kennedy says, "I'm glad they got rid of the brother-sister aspect, as I hate them movies and TV shows really rely on that way too much."
Chinatown.
Yeah. CP, not everything should remind you of Friday the 13th. It's becoming illness. Joseph there in the chat. A sister took his doll. What are you talking about? No reason. Yeah. Okay. Channel Donstar, my only problem with the trailer is the shot of Curtis shooting the shotgun. There is no visual recoil there in each shot. Okay. It wasn't the recoil for me that was the problem so much as showing too much of where she's at in her life right now, to be honest. Yeah. I like, how do you guys feel about how much was given?
I was just going to say, sorry, Graham. I was just going to say that it's interesting that they're doing that, because 40 years is a long time. You would think that she'd be really quite frayed if that's the way. I mean, I hope they explain the build up to this moment. Otherwise, that's a long time to be waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we get a real sense of where she's at in her life. She's part of a legend. You know, we hear those kids talking about it, and there's that line where she says, you know, look, yeah, but your grandma is Laurie Strode. So even the town know, oh, Laurie Strode, and there's a whole connotation built into that name in the town. And you get the sense that maybe she's the crazy lady everyone talks about, and I don't know. I just wish we didn't quite have as much on her as we get in this trailer, because yeah, it'd be nice to have some mystery. That's what I'm saying. Like the reason for me why that reporter guy is the most intriguing aspect of the trailer is because we get so little about it, and yet he's the catalyst for Maya's escaping, essentially. So yeah, I don't know. I wish they'd just be a bit more teasery in trailers than. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I first watched it, and you can like we all did reactions to it. You can see from my reaction, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the trailer, but it's only when you watch it a few more times and you start to piece together stuff that you start building a picture of the entire film in your head. And I feel like maybe I've been able to build up too much of a picture in my head of how this movie is going to play out. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. What about you?
I mean, can you really have a Halloween trailer with Laurie Strode and not really give us any information about her?
It's not that you don't give us any, just maybe don't give us so much. Like
so much what? Visual information or
yeah,
total?
Like I think that there's one line she says where she says, I've been praying for him to escape, and the guy says, why? And she says, so I can kill him. Have that line, and maybe have one blast of her gun, and then everything else. Like maybe leave that as the close of the trailer. Like personally, I didn't like the jump scare at the end of the trailer. It felt
horror trailers.
Very stagey. You could see it coming a mile off, and it didn't really have much impact on me personally. But
yeah, but that's the fun in those kind of scenes. You know what's coming. That's part of the horror tropes that make it a trope, make it fun, because you know what's going to happen. You're just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. No, I'm wrong, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think like that scene, you could, if you're going to do a little bit in the trailer where you kind of have this quick flash of loads of images with music building, and maybe just have the literal split-second moment where she opens the door and Myers is there with a knife. But because they showed us that whole scene, yeah, I just feel like when we see that now in the movie, it's not going to have any impact whatsoever. But
Joseph, who I don't know if he's still in the chat, we were talking about it a little bit a couple of days ago, and he said like the first 40 seconds of the trailer should have been an extended version of that the scene where the girls, the high school kids are walking, and just set up the lore and have that be the opening. And it's very teasery, and yet it still fills you in, and then you put the fun stuff at the end. I don't know. I'm a bit of a teaser snob at this point, but the good old days of an Independence Day, they're 20 years ago. It's not happening anymore.
I mean, I love that idea of filming a separate trailer, so footage that isn't in the film, but you tease the audience, and you can pretty much do what you want in it because it's not going to be in the film, but it gives you the tone, like the mood of the film, and just a general idea of where you're going with it. But even just taking a scene from the film and using that one scene as the trailer, because then you're not getting anything else from the film, you're just getting that one scene. And if you pick the right scene and just put that out there, that can be enough to really spark people's interest.
Like Graham said, that teeth scene, that's good enough. Give us just that. Yeah,
absolutely.
But, yeah, that's okay. But do you not think like we'd be bitching and moaning the other way around? Like we're going, like, is that all we got? Just one little scene? Come on, give us a scene with them in a closet. Give us a scene with like people walking down the street. We always want more or less or whatever. Movies get tinkered with right up until release, so some of these scenes that are in here could be taken out, or the context could be changed dramatically by the time we get the finished product. We're kind of second guessing the actual movie here, but until we see that, we don't really know how the trailer reflects the final product.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. But I think no matter what you do, no one's going to be truly happy. You're not going to get 100% of people being happy. But
see, I would compare. Excuse me. I would compare it to last year's It. There was a bunch of jump scares in that trailer, and for me, the better part of that movie was the relationship of the kids. So, definitely. If you're going for the jump scares, you might have felt ripped off. I don't know. It's a bad comparison. Like I said, modern day horror trailers. It's they got to throw those in there, I guess. Glad we all agree.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously worked. It started so much discussion, and everybody's now just so excited for the movie. So a kind of tired franchise has been rejuvenated with one trailer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Wait, let me before we segue. Interesting fact that I had to look up because I'm talking about it Monday. The highest grossing Halloween film. Do you guys know what it is?
Resurrection.
Pretty close.
One of Zombies films? No,
it's
sure.
2007's Rob Zombie's Halloween, and it only made $58 million.
Wow,
that's the highest grossing Halloween film.
I think this is going to slam that.
Yeah,
opening weekend, right? You would think.
Yeah. I just think there's been such a shift in mood,
zeitgeist right now.
With the general audience. Like if you'd have released, I mean, they've done it. We've done this before, we did it with H2O. We've done it with other franchises, with A Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the fact is that it was just the wrong time. I mean, those films weren't particularly great either, which didn't help. But I think if you make the film right and you get it at the right time, and I think this is the right time. We're coming off the back of pretty monumental successes with regards to horror,
And Hereditary's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Although different taste of chicken is,
depending
on who you're asking.
Just don't rely on that cinema score.
Oh, D+. Just
yeah.
Nope.
What's that all about? But yeah, I do. I think they've really hit the right time, and I've no doubt that this is going to be the biggest Halloween success, really, when it comes in terms of box office.
If the bar full gross is 58 million, I with ease, I would say yes. Maybe
like
not
you
opening
say,
weekend.
Yeah, opening weekend. I think you're probably pretty close there. I think certainly 40 million opening weekend has got to be a.
It did what one and change, right? 120, 130.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else to add on the whole Halloween front? Let's just check the comments, see if anybody else has said anything here. It'll be hard to avoid. This is Daniel Hammond. It'll be hard to avoid all the trailers and clips for it, but I'll have to do it because it was spoiled for me because of all the trailers. Yeah, which again goes back to what I was saying. I like. Don't get me wrong. I really like the trailer. It's really got me wanting to see it. I do think that maybe there was a bit too much in there. The guy who made The Mask also said that they had to make lifelike dummies for some practical effects during kill scenes. Okay. I guess some kills are so brutal that they couldn't use the actual actors. Okay.
Hang on a sec. Would you say that Halloween is the kind of movie that's synonymous with memorable kills, and like Friday the 13th, I would say, is a franchise that's more like that?
Past part one, I would say no.
Yeah, I think Halloween, if you're just going off the original movie, it's probably more synonymous with mood and setting, just creating an atmosphere. I think certainly when we get into the sequels, then yeah, you can argue it did. You know, we got into the 80s. Friday the 13th was in full swing, and everyone was competing with each other. You know, they knew their audiences wanted those creative kills. I mean, even in Halloween 2, they already bumped the kill limit up somewhat, and they got a bit more creative with what they did with regards to those kills. But
nobody's touching Nightmare on Elm Street as far as creativity, though.
No.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the concept alone for that requires it, really, doesn't it? So, yeah. Okay. I guess I'll end with this question, and then we'll move on. What are your hopes then for this new film? What do you want to see more than anything that maybe we've not seen before, or maybe we have, but you kind of want to see again, but done right or done differently? I don't know.
I just want to see a good movie.
Right.
You know, nothing too overly complicated.
Yeah. I don't care so much about it being good. I don't care if people like it. I just want it to make money so that, you know, the other big ones get a chance. So I don't have a horse in this.
Man, that's like,
if it's good, that's inconsequential. But make money.
That's horrible. No, that's not a good thing to say. That is not a good thing to say.
I know.
Because it doesn't matter if it makes money. Because if it makes money, which it will anyway, because so many people want to go and see it. If it's rubbish, then when that next one comes out, people won't go and see that one because they'll say, "Oh, Halloween was rubbish. Let's not bother." So that's not a good mentality. It needs to be good, and
I'm a Star Wars fan, and I'm tired of things making money and people being upset. So actually, yeah. I'm contradicting myself. Yeah, I guess you're right. Never mind. I don't, like I said, I think Halloween's like my third favorite of the franchise of the big ones, excluding Critters, of course. But yeah, you know, I'm excited. I wasn't excited 3 days ago.
How would you feel then if Laurie Strode was killed in this? We've been down that road before, obviously with H2O. How would you feel if they went there again? Do you think they'll go there again with either her or Myers?
If they did it like Drew Barrymore on Scream, she's literally in the movie for the first 10 minutes. I think that would be pretty impressive.
They did that in Resurrection. It didn't go down so well.
Yeah, but they Buster Rhymes karate kicking Michael Myers.
Okay, right. Yeah. Hello, Brooke, Edward. Daniel says, yeah, I just want them to make Halloween scary again. Channel Donstar, I predict now, put your money down, that both Jamie and Michael will die in this film. Okay. Daniel says Michael and Laurie should both die in this film. What do you have to say about that?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just as long as it's good.
They could do whatever to them. They can bring them back.
Yeah. They'll always find a way. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That was all something people said.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on from Halloween, let's stick with trailers. We'll get into into Jurassic World shortly, but a couple more trailers just to discuss first. The second trailer for The Predator was dropped today. The first one didn't go down so well with a lot of people, although I enjoyed it, to be honest. It showed me pretty much what I wanted, which was a predator and a bunch of people getting killed by it. But yeah, this gives us a bit more. Primarily a particular shot towards the end of the trailer. What do you guys think? Presuming you've both seen it. First thoughts on the Predator trailer.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of movie we've got here, because obviously the first trailer was very kid-centric, with the little boy battling the Predator, and now he's been completely excised from this trailer, and now it's a badass sniper marine. So, I'm in anyway. Shane Black, no matter what the guy does, I kind of have some fun with it. So I'm open, but I don't know what kind of movie this is going to be.
Okay. CP.
At the expense of being a hypocrite, that final shot. Granted, it might be too much. That might be a third act thing that we saw there in that final shot. But that fired me up. I'm dying to know what that was.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, we get a bit of a beast of a predator. Like, looks about twice the size of a normal predator, and just kind of KOs this other predator on a car. And obviously something to do with genetic engineering. That was a plot point that was kind of made clear in the first trailer. We get a little bit more of that here. Kind of feels like, have predators designed another predator to hunt, or are they designing themselves that way so that they become better hunters? I don't know, but pretty intriguing. For me, personally, I liked this trailer. I did like it a bit more than the first one. Gave me a bit more of what I wanted. Kind of got to see a bit more of who the main character is. The guy from Logan, I can't remember the actor's name, but bit more military-esque, kind of more in line with the original Predator film here. It's got more of that kind of vibe, like CP said. I enjoyed it. It's a short trailer.
It's like a minute, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 1:07, something like that. It's mainly just action, like kind of bursts of action with a little bit more about who the main character is. And like Graham said, Shane Black, that's enough to put my bum in the seat regardless. The trailer could be absolute crap.
That first trailer felt very Iron Man 3E too.
It did, yeah. Okay. I'm just hoping that big ass predator that appears at the end of this new trailer doesn't kind of turn out to be some British drunkard who is pretending to be a predator, but is actually some actor who. I never know. It is Shane Black, of course.
line
I
up
don't
to
know, Brian.
grab
The
them.
way you were describing it there with the two predators and the genetic engineering sounded a lot like Logan. So I'm kind of hoping they're going to bring in an old Arnold Schwarzenegger who's slowly dying, and the two of them can go on a road trip.
Let's see what happens, I guess. Let's see what people are saying in the chat about the Predator. Donstar, Predator trailer, meh. Daniel Hammond, I hope it will be good though. Stephen Kennedy, yeah, I was glad with the second trailer. The first trailer didn't really show anything, just clips. Yeah, I mean, all trailers do that. But yeah, I get what you mean. I do think this is a bit more story. It's a shorter trailer, but you get more of a sense of the story, I think, with this one, is what I think Stephen's alluding to there. Maybe it's the queen of the predators. I don't want them to go that route. I really don't. Like, how would you guys feel about that if they suddenly started doing the aliens route of having a queen, having a central figure that all the other predators answer to?
Not good.
Yeah,
It is Fox, so all bets are off, I guess. So.
Yeah.
All right, Shane Black wrote this, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
It can't be that crazy coming from him, can it?
I hope not.
I think, did Fred Decker not have a hand in writing it as well?
He did.
Yeah, so it's got to be pretty much awesome.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the guy did do the Monster Squad, Brian.
Indeed. So yeah, I hope that PvP like it. I hope they don't go the route of saying that is some kind of queen or king or whatever, because yeah, I don't see the predators that way. I see them more as a tribal species. But
so wait, if it's not like a queen but a higher version of the species, you're all right with that? If it's not like a high, like, if it's not something that we created, are you okay with the fact that it's like a higher version of their species?
Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, I think it's actually something that they've created. I think the predators have genetically engineered that thing themselves. I mean, whereas, yeah, is that an assumption? No, never mind. Forget that. I think that it's something the predators have engineered themselves that's maybe backfired, and now they've had to hunt it down. I don't know. That could be something, but yeah, if it's just like, I don't know, something on a hierarchy. I don't want there to be this central kind of queen-like figure of the predators. That, you know, yeah, I don't know. It just reeks too much of familiarity to other franchises for me. I just, yeah, don't know where else to go with that.
I'm just not keen on that at all. I think the Predator's a badass itself. You don't need to make a bigger, badder one. It kind of feels like a video game, you know, like an end-level boss.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Pointless.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Again, we'll get into Jurassic World shortly. There is one other trailer that, Graham, you wanted to talk about. You mentioned it. I watched it last night. It's actually pretty damn good, must be said. Do you want to kick us off with that? Tell us a bit more about it. Primarily because I can't remember what the hell the film's called.
Bad Times at the El Royale.
That's it.
And what I can tell you is nothing, because it's one of these marvelous trailers that show you so many cool sequences, so many cool characters, and pretty much absolutely nothing about the plot.
Yes.
But
it's a perfect example of how to do a trailer, of how to get you wanting to see it and yet knowing nothing about it.
I'll tell you what, do you know what it reminded me of? I seen the other day Hotel Artemis. And that's similar to this, but just completely crap. You know, I just, if you put these two together, you can see one that's trying too hard and one that's just kind of like effortlessly cool.
You've seen Hotel Artemis, Graham?
No.
Oh.
Just the trailers.
Just trailers. Okay.
Just the talent involved as well. Like the film looks beautiful. They've clearly got a good cinematographer going on there. Can't remember who it said it's directed by again.
Drew Goddard.
Drew Goddard. Yes, that's it. So yeah, there's a guy who knows what he's doing so far. You know, I liked Cabin in the Woods. This seems quite different, maybe a bit more, a bit darker, I guess, if that's possible. I know Cabin in the Woods is still a pretty dark film, although there's a lot of comedy in that. Don't know, the tone of this feels a bit darker, but yeah, a lot of great actors in it, really great actors, right across the board. But yeah, like like I say, it doesn't give anything away. I don't really know anything about it, but it's got a lot of characters in there that I find quite intriguing, particularly this priest character who isn't a priest. It's quite amusing. But if people haven't seen that trailer, we urge you to go and check that out now, because yeah, probably out of the 3 trailers that we've talked about, that is the one I can talk about least. But it's the film that I want to see most, based purely off the trailers. One more I did see today was the new Damien Chazelle film.
First Man.
Yes, yeah, First Man, about Neil Armstrong and the first man on the moon and that. Yeah, that looks incredible. That looks beautiful. You want to talk about cinematography in a trailer? That's something that's been brought up a lot actually over the past 24 hours in reference to the new Halloween trailer. A lot of people kind of, I know on Killer Flicks that became a thing at one point because somebody mentioned about cinematography being fantastic and someone else saying, how can you tell from the trailer? From this trailer, this new First Man, I urge anyone to try and convince me otherwise that the cinematography isn't going to be anything but spectacular in that film. Just a particular shot where you see the reflection of the shuttle going off in the glass. You see it in the pane of glass, and then it kind of pulls focus to Ryan Gosling's face. It's just it's just beautiful. Best looking shot I've seen in any of these trailers, quite frankly. But I don't know if either of you two seen the trailer for?
No.
I haven't seen either of the last 2.
Right, well, check them out because they're fantastic.
Is pull focus another way of saying rack focus?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, have you guys seen the girl with in the spider webs trailer?
Oh, yes.
Or whatever
the girl in the spider webs. Yeah.
I think it's the girl who kicked the spider's web.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, the girl did something, and it's bad.
Yeah. I don't actually know what the title was, but yeah, it looked good.
Yeah.
I thought
it's the 4th book it's adapted on the 4th book, right? Not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was the first book the 4th book actually written by the same guy who did
half
the
of
Millennium
it?
Trilogy?
Half
No,
of it.
I didn't think so. So it was based on some stuff he kind of mapped out but hadn't finished.
He died in the middle of writing it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'll say this: the trailer's got me intrigued, and there's some pretty messed up stuff in that trailer.
Freddie Alvarez is directing it.
Yeah, Graham, you mentioned to me
the latex suit.
The latex suit thing where the air's being sucked out and it's kind of being if you're claustrophobic, that scene ain't going to be doing much for you. I can tell you that much.
On the other hand, if you really like rubber, it's probably going to do a lot for you.
Yeah. Yeah. But I liked that trailer, I got to say. The Claire Foy, isn't it, who instantly within the past 24 hours, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'd never even heard of her until the last 24 hours, and she's been in...
She was an Unsane, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And she's in The Crown.
I don't watch The Crown. I don't watch a lot of TV, to be honest, and I've not seen Unsane, even though I really do want to. But she's definitely one to watch. Really want to watch. She is in, I should say, First Man as well.
Oh,
so
good year for her.
Yeah, so she makes a dent in that trailer. And like I said, I saw her for the first time. I recognized her for the first time in this girl who kicked the spider that played with fire. I saw her, recognized her for the first time in that last night, and I thought, yeah, she looks like she could be really good Lisbeth Salander. I liked Rooney Mara, but I wasn't quite as sold on her as I was with Noomi Rapace.
Well, she's still alive, isn't she? I don't know why they didn't call her.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, as far as timeline's concerned, she's, unless it's, I don't know. I don't know anything about the fourth. I know that the guy didn't finish the fourth book, so.
Yeah, well, I know Rooney didn't want. She weren't going to touch it with a barge pole unless David Fincher came back. The studio weren't going to touch David Fincher with a barge pole because, yeah, he needed more money.
Uh-huh.
But I think Noomi Rapace is she's done. She said she's done her trilogy. That's it. But no, I'm moderately excited by it. I think from the trailer, Claire Foy seems to be a good choice, a good fit, and definitely an actress to watch given those two trailers I've seen her in the past 24 hours.
Apparently she's 2018's Josh Brolin for females.
Okay.
Josh Brolin's in everything this year. He was in Avengers, Deadpool. He's in Sicario.
Well, yeah, I guess.
So I'm thinking big money, I guess. I don't
know. Okay. Right. A few comments. Here we go. When you can't do another Aliens versus Predator, you can make Predator versus Predator. Lol. Yep. Shane Black, we believe in. Certainly do. Will Arnold appear as a cameo in this one? I certainly hope so. And I'm kind of got a feeling that he will. Channel Donstar, Jurassic was great. We'll get to that. Stephen Kennedy, it may be the actual size of the male predator and the other predators were children or young adults learning how to train. Yeah, still not convinced on that one. I think it's a genetic meddling thing going on. We've already heard in both trailers that there's something to do with genetic engineering going on. So, yeah, that's my guess. And watch the Swedish films to complete the trilogy story of Dragon Tattoo. Yeah. I for one definitely prefer the Swedish version over the Fincher version. I love Fincher. I think he's a fantastic director. And if I hadn't seen the Swedish version of Dragon Tattoo before seeing that, then I may have warmed to it a bit more. But yeah, for me, it didn't give me anything that the Swedish version hadn't already done to great effect, must be said.
Wait, let me ask you something. I'm going to double back because it just hit me now. Because all this talk we were doing about Halloween and how they forgot the middle. Does it matter, or does anybody know if this new Predator movie takes place in the same universe as 1 and 2? Or
it does. It's a sequel to those original. It's certainly a sequel to the original Predator. I don't know if you'll acknowledge the others in the franchise, but the studio is certainly treating it as a direct sequel to Predator 1, 2, and Predators. So,
really? Okay.
Though I don't think they'll mention Predators in it because obviously that took place on a different world, took place on the Predator home world, so we're not there. We don't really need a reference to it, but I'd be very happy, quite frankly, if one day we got Adrian Brody's character back. I really liked that movie. So
Schwarzenegger could play his same character.
Dutch could technically make a return. So
sorry,
I'd be happy if he did. Graham, you've gone awfully quiet there, mate.
No, I'm just wondering what my overarching thoughts on the Predator series was. You know, it's movies that I genuinely like, but I don't dislike any of them. But it's just a weird series that I don't think about a lot. And then my brain kind of went in a weird tangent when you were talking about Schwarzenegger, and I was thinking of Danny Glover, and I was thinking they could bring them both back for like a buddy cop Predators movie.
Yeah.
And then somebody interrupted that thought. You know, I would just Danny Glover saying to Schwarzenegger, "I'm too old for this shit," and then somebody says, "Graham, you went quiet," and I was back in the room.
I smell smoke burning.
Yeah. Okay, so
Smoke burning.
As promised, we're going to get into Jurassic World. If you've not seen Jurassic World, you may want to turn off now because we're not going to hold back on spoilers. This is going to be absolutely spoiler filled, guys. So I recently did a ranking video of all the Jurassic Park / World movies, and this one, although initially didn't take my bottom spot whilst filming the video, whilst talking about this movie, I kind of talked myself into knocking this one right down at the bottom. Let's kick off with where you two would rank this if you were going to do a ranking video of them. Where do you think you'd stick this? Graham, you go first.
I'd stick it deep underground where nobody could ever get to it ever again. Bottom of the list for me as well, Brian. Yeah.
CP.
I liked it more than 3. I like Jurassic World quite a bit. It might be 4th on my list.
I originally put it 4th on my list, but like I say, as I started talking about it on camera, just loads of negatives just kept pouring out, and I literally just go, you know what? Sod it. I think I actually have to put this at bottom, and I did. So it ended up on my bottom. Not my bottom, but the bottom of my list. There is entertainment to be had from it.
Sure.
I'll say that much. There's plenty of scenes where if you can switch your brain off and just sit back and enjoy stuff happening, then you might get a lot from this. CP actually, when I told him we were going to do this, he raised an interesting, humorous little point, which I actually didn't consider when I was watching it. But given the fact that Jurassic World was essentially a remake of Jurassic Park, kind of an updated version, and now that CP mentioned it, this film plays like a remake of The Lost World, which begs the question, where are they going to go with the 3rd Jurassic World film? Earth. But it does. This is essentially the same story. They go to the island
to bring them off.
To protect them for various reasons. But hunters get involved, steal the dinosaurs in order to sell them off to the highest bidder and just make money off them, which is essentially what they did in The Lost World. So that seems to be the pattern then for these films, is they're remaking the originals, but with a modern slant, with modern characters.
Leave 3 alone. Please leave 3 alone.
But I got to say, the drop-off, I mean, the drop-off from Lost World to Jurassic Park was pretty big. And given that Jurassic World isn't as good as Jurassic Park, the drop-off is even bigger when you go from that to this. I like these characters, Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. At least I did in Jurassic World. Here, not quite as much. Everyone does just so many stupid things. CP, you only saw the film today.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably fresh. It's probably freshest in your mind.
Up to about 2 hours ago, fresh. Yeah.
Yeah. Just rattle off some thoughts for us. Just scenes you liked, scenes you didn't like, what works, what doesn't work.
See, Graham and I were talking about this before when you were having a break there, that, up until when they leave the island, it's okay for me. It's tolerable.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, it just seems like a bunch of stupidity. First of all, this is still on the island, I guess. When he's darted and Chris Pratt's character is sedated on the ground, and the lava just what it. First of all, Leonardo DiCaprio did it better in Wolf of Wall Street. But yeah, other than that, I don't have many gripes. It's just shout out to Ted Levine. I was elated to see Ted Levine in a villain role. I was just waiting on a would you or a was you a great big fat dinosaur, but we didn't get any of those. But
can I just say, just on the subject of Ted Levine, proof. I mean, I've said this in my ranking video. I've always thought of Ted Levine as a really underrated actor, and he shows that here as well. He isn't given a right lot to do as a character. He's essentially an amalgamation of Pete Postlethwaite's character.
I was just going to say Pete Postlethwaite did it better.
And like his death scene, right? I found genuinely moving, and it had nothing to do with the way it was written, but everything to do with the way he played it. Like he's a character you should not like. You don't like him. He's a villain. He's a bit of a knob throughout the entire film. But there's that moment just after he's had his arm bitten off and the dinosaur's getting right up in his face. And it's the way he plays it, that genuine sense of fear that he's about to die. I really feel for him. And like I say, it's not because of the film. It's purely because of Levine's performance. If that was someone else, I don't think I would have got that. That's just me. I don't know how you two feel about that, but CP, you continue.
I don't agree, but
you don't agree?
No.
Yeah, I agree with CP.
Wow.
I don't agree.
Okay. I just thought that the way he played it was spot on. Just the way he was just like drooling from his mouth and just kind of like you could see the fear overtaking him. I thought that was perfect. Okay. Airbag that one there.
Yeah. So the one thing that stuck out to me was once they're off the island, once they're off the boat, and Chris Pratt and bootleg Jessica Chastain get caught. There's no reason to keep them alive. They say to them when they're in the cage, all right, we'll just say that they died in the volcano. What are you keeping them alive for? What is the point? That's. I mean, I'm still rifling through some of this stuff, so maybe you guys will jar something. But those were the two big things: the Chris Pratt rolling around with lava rolling down the island.
A scene that I actually found amusing, if I'm being perfectly honest. But yeah, you're right. Wolf of Wall Street did it better. How much do you feel like the trailer ruined certain elements of this film? I'll say this much. Spall. Is it Rafe Spall? Yeah. Rafe Spall's character. Okay. So we already knew from the trailers he was a villain. We already knew from the trailer that he was really just after these dinosaurs in order to make money off them.
The guy from all the Edgar Wright movies.
Yes.
I didn't know his name. Thank you.
So how did you feel seeing that in the movie? Because much of the first act of the film, he's a nice guy. But because that twist essentially has already been shown to us in the trailer, the whole time I'm just sat there, I'm thinking, this guy's a douchebag. He's playing at being nice. We've seen that. We know it. It's going to come. We've seen it in the trailer. I bring that up because, as you know, we've already spoken about trailers tonight and how much of the film they ruin.
I can't remember him from the trailer at all. When
Really?
I went to see it, yeah. And as soon as he appeared on camera, I'm just like, oh yeah, he's the bad guy.
Right.
You know, just he's that kind of person that you just go, he's the one behind it all.
Douchey suit wearing,
Yeah.
British tough kind of guy.
Yeah. Hans Gruber.
The Hollywood stereotype. Yeah. Okay.
I think for me, the movie was definitely a movie of two halves. I kind of enjoyed everything on the island. It was fun. It was out in the open. It had all the dinosaurs just going off as the volcano erupted, and it was genuinely kind of fun and kept moving. It's when they moved everything to the mansion where it just kind of fell away from me. There were so many like additional characters that I just didn't care about. You know, why Toby Jones there as an auctioneer? What's the point realistically? You know, he's got like a bad toupee and a bad accent, and he serves no purpose within the movie. Then there's James Cromwell, who's, yeah, it's nice to see the guy getting some work, but I don't care. The little kid. Again, another addition. Why do they have to shoehorn kids into this? Is it because kids have that wide mouth gape at dinosaurs? Oh, they're so magical. Who cares? Get the kid out of it.
They always go for that family dynamic, don't they? They always push a kid into the center of the central relationship so that you get this kind of surrogate family. And it's, that one really winds me up. That's a trope in movies that, quite frankly, I wish would just die.
Did I see? I'm thinking. Did I miss something with the reason they wanted to get Blue was to be a mother figure to the hybrid raptor thing?
Yeah.
But then how is that possible if they already created the hybrid raptor thing?
It's something to do with imprinting that they were going to do. Who cares? That thing is bigger.
Right. That's
it's twice the size of Blue. It'd look at it and think, yeah, who are you? Sorry, what?
Right. I thought that they were going to pay that off somehow and have, like, when they confront each other, I was like, oh, okay, so there's going to be some sort of mother-child thing. But I was like,
see, that would have been more interesting.
Yeah,
actually, to see that sudden kind of communication between the two and not knowing what they were going to do with it. And even have that new hybrid convince Blue to shake off the shackles of Chris Pratt's character. That would have made
it was done in Jurassic World, but yeah.
But I'm sick and tired of seeing moments in these films which are done purely for dramatic effect, where, like, there's that scene where the as you call a bootleg Jessica Chastain, and the oh man, these guys annoy me as well. These are just characters that they stick in every film now. The computer geeks. The girl who is the feisty, tough as nuts computer nerd, and then you've got the guy who's the wet behind the ears, kind of soft, jumps at anything, you know, because we've got to have those SJW kind of vibes going on in everything. But yeah, there's a scene where her and him it's when the lava is pouring into that building,
right. Yeah.
And he throws her a chair, and then he goes up the ladder, and the ladder falls down. And rather than just getting his flipping feet moving and running his ass back up that ladder, he does that pause for dramatic effect where he turns very slowly towards the dinosaur, and it's like, that's for nobody's benefit but ours. That's purely to create some kind of tension within the audience, and it doesn't. It just makes me sit there going, "You're stupid. Move your ass." And there's loads of moments like that in the film.
Am I the only person that really enjoyed the opening, like the pre? I guess the pre. I
thought that was the best bit of the film.
Yeah,
personally.
yeah. I was like, "Oh, this is kind of Jurassic Park-y."
Yeah. No, when we got that opening, I was actually quite excited about what we were going to get throughout the rest of this film. and I was entertained, as you guys said, about on the island stuff. It was generic. We've seen it before, but I was entertained by it. And then, like you say, when we got to that house, just every character just makes stupid decisions. Logic goes out the window. Yeah.
A little heavy-handed. The shot of the dinosaur literally missing the boat was a little dramatic.
Yeah, like that stuff. It's there because it's supposed to have some kind of emotional resonance, and it didn't. I wasn't touched by that in any way. I just it felt that this is the message of the film, the whole destroying the planet and all that kind of stuff.
I forgot about me, guys.
What about the big return of Malcolm?
Oh.
I was all right with it.
Yeah. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen all
it was ruined.
Scenes.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling that's what it was going to be. To be honest, I was just disappointed when it's actually what it turned out to be. So,
good point, Roger.
What's that?
So just like you're talking about with the trailers, Roger. The surfers with the whatever the fish dinosaur is. That's way at the end.
Yeah.
like really way at the end.
That brings me to a point that I kind of left the movie on a high with the end of it, not because of the movie I saw, but because of the possibilities that could come next. With the dinosaurs sort of retaking over the world. Like
they should do that.
Yeah, that would be a far more exciting movie. But you shouldn't leave a movie going, I can't wait to see what comes next, because that last one was crap.
See, I don't. If they make another film now, which obviously they're going to do, and then it's a film in which these dinosaurs that have escaped suddenly start populating and taking over. I don't buy that concept, because they didn't take two of every animal. They didn't treat this like a Noah's Ark kind of principle.
Life finds a way.
So yeah,
happened in the first one. That's what happened in the first one. They say self-populated, didn't they?
No, because they created multiples of each species, so that those species could then mate and create more of their separate species. Whereas this one, you've got a brontosaurus running loose with a triceratops, a brachiosaurus, and a T-Rex. Are we supposed to believe that they're going to mate with each other and create new breeds of dinosaurs that take over? I don't think so, really.
No, they'll mate with like snakes and stuff and create these crazy things.
Yeah.
There's that one shot where the T-Rex was roaring at the lion. I was just like, man, really? Come on.
Yeah. My favorite shot in the film was the Montosaurus, like you said, the one from the water, kind of coming behind the surfers, and I was just, it was my favorite shot in the trailer. I wanted to see what they were going to do with that, how that that Jaws, but on a massive scale, was going to
still the Meg. Hold out hope. They're still the Meg.
Yeah. Yep. But no, you've seen that shot in the film, in the trailer, and that's the last you see of that dinosaur in the film. You see nothing else of it, which, it's just so deflating, because, like, again, you have a trailer that builds certain things up in your mind and doesn't pay them off at all.
That's going to be the next movie, Brian. Rise of the Planet of the Dinosaurs.
Rise of the World of the Jurassic.
Okay. So
we've kind of cruised over it, but the whole little girl being cloned.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. My sentiments, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I know Don Starr seems quite quite het up on that one. He seems to really enjoy that plot point. I just, to me, it did nothing for me. Like, so what? It was this subplot that they built in there to, I don't know, create more intrigue, because there's this question hanging over the girl throughout the film. Who is her mother? What's the mystery behind her mother? And yeah, we get told what that mystery is, and it doesn't really have any impact on anything else in the film. Like, what impact does it have? What does knowing that information do for the rest of the film, for the story, for where we go? I don't know. It doesn't do anything. It's just it reminds me of that reveal in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, where we find out that Snape is the Half-Blood Prince. And then that's it. He goes away. It's like, you're the Half-Blood Prince. Okay. Bye. It just doesn't do anything. You know, it's like once you get that reveal, you expect something to go along with that.
Well, maybe they're setting up the sequels. Maybe because the dinosaurs are going to be running around and doing God knows what. Maybe they need to Resident Evil it and make a super.
No.
I don't know. That's the first thing I thought. She looks like the computer girl too from Resident Evil. I was like,
they're gonna Alice her.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know. I have no information. Otherwise, I'm just speculating here.
Seriously, we live in an age of superhero movies. They are clearly going to do that. They will. When she starts getting to a particular age, she's going to start manifesting some gifts. And that is where they're going to take it. Man, shoot my brains out now.
Jurassic Girl.
Oh,
the Jurassic Girl cinematic universe.
That's what they'll call it. Crap. Okay, I'm done. You guys have anything else to add before we sign off?
Nope.
No. Okay, I will. I'll just flip over these comments first before we go. See if anyone's got anything to. Does anybody have any questions? Actually, if you're in the chat right now, if you've got any sensible questions, we'll be happy to answer them. But if you've not left any by the time I get through these comments, then we will sign off.
What's not sensible?
Pardon?
What's a not sensible question to be asking?
A nonsensible question is, Brian, since you're allowed to talk again now, can you rate your noise on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh,
I don't know. I'll give it an 8. Is he speaking another language? I don't know. Who are you?
He's talking about Graham. Graham. Yeah, there's
Graham's Scottish. Yeah, we apologise for our Scottish brethren. You may not be able to understand him, but
and this is me softening it for you guys.
Yeah, I can't. I'll be honest. I can't listen to the podcast, but if I'm looking at you, it's a lot easier because I could read your lips. For some reason, it makes it easier for me. But I can relate to having a hard time understanding.
It's these Yanks, Graham. They're so slow.
No. It's my ignorant American coming through.
I've got no problem with it, man. So channel don't start. And that whole surfer shot in the trailer that is so good, but is just so effed in the movie. What a wasted opportunity. Bronco Juggalo, what's going on, guys? We're talking about Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, or we've just finished talking about it, actually. Hit us a question in the comments if you want us to answer it. The new version of Dinobots. Yeah, we could. Oh, they will. They'll turn it into Transformers. They'll create Dinobots to go up against it. It'll be like Pacific Rim crossed with a superhero movie and Resident Evil. It's going to be...
Dude. JCU, man, I'm telling you.
Man.
The Jurassic Cinematic Universe. So Universal said, all right, so the classic monsters thing that didn't work. So let's make a Jurassic Cinematic Universe.
Oh, great. Joseph said, Channel Don't Star T-Rex is with little girl faces. Oh no. Joseph Lionel says, my kid and I were going largely for the Mosasaurus. You've saved me some tickets. Yeah. Two scenes, mate. 2 scenes. That's all you get.
Bookended. The movie's bookended.
Yeah. Yeah. The opening scene, which admittedly is the best scene of the film, you get a pretty good dose of Mosasaurus in that. And then you get that one surfer shot from the trailer, which appears right at the end. So, yeah, don't waste your money on that one, it must be said. Bronco Juggalo, you would think after 5 movies of crap always going wrong, they would leave the dinosaurs alone already. Yeah, you would, but people want to make a buck. So there you go.
That was the first to cross $1 billion in a while, right? Jurassic World.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so on that note, I will say thank you to my guests for joining me. Guys, just tell people where they can find you. Graham, you first. Go.
Everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, all the usual nonsense.
Graham's got a channel called Man v Film. Do check that out. He posts a video every day. I think he has done for the past year at least. I think he's only missed 1 day in that whole time. So, yeah. What? No? Didn't miss a day?
530 days and counting.
Oh, man alive. Oh. Okay. So he's put a video out every day for the last 500 odd days. One of the hardest working dudes that I know on YouTube. So, yeah, do check out his channel. There's bound to be something on there that you will like.
Subtitles coming soon.
Subtitles. CP, tell people where they can find you, what you've got coming up.
Will I Like It Reviews on YouTube. I have a Who Would Like That on Martyrs, the 2008 version. Okay. Also, kind of diving headfirst into these ridiculous movies, and Solo is up after that, which is, I've heard stories. So
yeah. I've heard that's quite a slog.
Yeah, it's quite long, and apparently it's quite scandalous. 100 Days of Sodom is the subtitle for that movie. So
okay, I think I'll give that one a miss. All right, so yeah, thank you to everyone for joining us in the chat, and if you're watching this after the fact, thank you for getting this far. I'm sure people rarely do. Okay, yeah, thank you for watching. See you again, and yeah, cracking.